Hey everyone, doing a bit of a different update today. I'm in Northern California at Ore Lake Mine, and this is what used to be an old volcano, and I wanted to show you guys some of the rock that's here. This is one of the places I love to go looking for inspiration and decorations and stuff for aquariums. There's just a tremendous amount of different lava rock here, and so I thought I'd show some of that off. You can see here, I think, was the center of the volcano at one point. There's this kind of column that rises out of the middle of the pit, and then if you look around, it's just kind of a moonscape or Marsscape. Real beautiful. So initially, way back when, they would mine this lava rock, the red material, and they would use it for logging roads and kind of unpaved forested roads, because it's pretty porous and it would kind of float, and so they could kind of use it in boggy areas or where there was a lot of organic matter in the ground. So but I collected some rocks. I wanted to show you some of the cool stuff that's here, and just show you some of the neat rock types. So the first type that's kind of common here is this kind of basaltic. It's real heavy and very hard. Tends to come in these kind of grays and fractures into these cool angular shapes, and so you can see that it has some real potential for cool kind of ledges and flat areas. So they're all kind of in these nice angular, flat, oftentimes very triangular pieces. So you could really make some cool stuff there. There's the next kind that I often find up here is very similar, but has more porous kind of texture to it. Obviously, a lot more gases were in it when it was drying. Maybe it solidified much slower, so that air pockets could kind of escape. So you can see there's some great kind of gray shapes. There's these kind of deep, kind of almost to purple stuff, and again, this oftentimes is in these kind of flat plates, and really neat for, I think, some aquascaping possibilities. Now, if you're gonna go up the color palette the same way, there's a lot of this kind of blacker. This is lighter weight. It wouldn't float, but it'd be pretty close, and you get into these kind of blacks and dark grays. Obviously, it was a little bit more ropey when it was drying, and really neat. And then you can kind of switch into this red palette, and there's this stuff that's almost got brain-like texture. It was really probably rubbery or kind of gluey when it was drying, and you can get all the way into these kind of light grays into real purple colors, real fabulous. So there's a lot of this really cool possibilities. Now, the same stuff oftentimes is found in this kind of more solid shapes, a lot denser, and cool angular stuff. Not as platey as the basaltic stuff, but it has this kind of cool textures. Again, I think some real neat possibilities. And then you can jump into kind of that ropey, real air pockety stuff. Just really cool texture. Stuff that moss would grow on. Things that you could really... And there's some with very fine air pockets, and then some with this real big air pockets as the train goes by. That's all lumber headed from Oregon and Washington and Northern California down to Los Angeles. Let's build some more condominiums. So, and then you can kind of get into this red, real brick red. Here's more of that brain shape, but very different in color than this. I bring another piece over so you can see the difference. So there's this kind of real light color and real dark color. And then lastly, you can see that this same color spectrum is also found in this real bricky, kind of smooth surfaced stuff. So real neat. There's a lot of opportunity here. If I just pan around the pit, you can see how much variation in color there is. And there's one other thing that I've used extensively in my aquariums that isn't found here, but is found not far away. And it's this stuff, and it's called andesite. And it oxidizes into this tan kind of surface. It's very heavy, so a lot of iron in it. In fact, if I turn this one over, this one has a gouge. And if you look at it, it's in the inside, it's very steel gray. It's got a lot of iron in it, but it oxidizes into this, and it usually is in these real flat plates or these kind of squared off columns. And so I've got a lot of this at home that I've collected, but you can really kind of make varying, almost rock stacks, but with a single piece of rock. And they're oftentimes with real squared edges, so it has a real cool effect in your aquarium. And then these, of course, are real neat. I've got this where I've got the Giardinus. I've got these plates that I've kind of put out, and in between the various plates I've got crypts, the Lutea crypt growing up and kind of acting like, I call it the andesite meadow tank, because the meadow is actually where the rock is, and I hope to grow crypts all around them. So this would be kind of an open spot. So anyways, we'll do some more exploring up here. I've got some other spots that I'll take you to, but just thought I'd show this off, and kind of one of my natural inspiration points. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.